Hi guys, this is going to be a little bit of a different video. So I just wanted to pop on here and do a really quick review for Jon Binnie. I had a darkness healing and clearing session with him, and it was so phenomenal that I felt guided to make this little video to sort of sing his praises and to let you guys sort of hear about my experience. And, hopefully he can use this to, expand his business as well. So the experience was very unique in the fact that it was extremely intimate. And I'm not going to go into complete details of the session, but basically during the session, Jon and I sort of experienced a shared memory, which has happened to me, only like one other time in my whole entire life. But we discovered that, in fact, we had a very intimate relationship in a past timeline, lifetime, whatever you want to call it. And I say that because we know that all of our timelines sort of exist in one sort of jumble, right? It's like there's no really past lives, future lives. They're all coexisting at once. If you don't know that, then, now you know. um, but it was very intimate, our relationship. And at one point during the session, I did see Jon in this different timeline. He was taken from me and transitioned. So, in other words, he was killed and died in front of me. And the trauma was so very strong, and I had such an emotional reaction to this that we discovered in this moment in time that I had actually was so overcome with the trauma and the grief and the shock of seeing someone who I was so intimate with taken in such a violent manner. And this past life took place in Lemuria. That my soul actually fragmented and was split into two parts. Whereas, like, I felt like a part of my soul actually had fragmented and sort of went with him. And I actually took that fragmented part of my soul and tried to hide it away, because I had made up my mind in that lifetime that if I couldn't hold on to love, then what was the point, right? That I had to literally hide that part of my soul because it was so extremely traumatic for me. And I was so stricken with grief. So Jon actually helped me to find that fragmented part of my soul, which was hidden away. And so we restored that part of my soul. So we actually literally did a soul retrieval, and feeling that part of myself being made back whole was just such a phenomenal and emotional experience. I felt all of those emotions again, and the grief, and there was lots of clearing, literally, physically, emotionally. I cried often during this session. We also discovered some really amazing things about my heart chakra, that I've sort of felt but never really could put into words. Whereas, like, I have this, and I've had people tell me this before in different ways, that I have this like extremely magnetic heart chakra where I can like physically and energetically sort of send energy out with the heart chakra, but at the same time also pull it back in at will. And I never really knew that I could do that, but hearing him say that, it made sense, because I know that when I do light code energies videos, I sort of will imagine that love coming out, and then I'll sort of pull it back in at will whenever I want to. So that resonated. Also, he said something about me being able to sort of gather and transfer energy from my heart using my hands and making codes of like love and light that I pull from my heart and into my hands. And then so it comes from my heart into my hands and then comes out as like a pure frequency of love. And Jon had no idea that I had made that light codes video for cancer recently on my channel. So he had no idea about any of that until he did the darkness healing and clearing with me. He channeled all of that, and it was so incredibly amazing that he picked up on all of that. He told me my guide's name, and he sang a beautiful song for me, which brought so many emotions to the surface about our past sort of relationship that we had before, and it just brought up so many emotions of love, which overwhelmed me and helped clear out those feelings of inadequacy and grief that I experienced in the past. So every single part of that song resonated deep in my heart, and I felt so very touched by the emotions and the love that he obviously had when he sang that song for me. And it brought up so many beautiful feelings of love. And it was just an overall beautiful experience of pure, pure, pure love. There was also some other things in relation to my gifts that he helped me sort of to tap into, which I also hear this a lot. He basically said that I have a connection directly from my heart to my voice and to my throat chakra. So I have the power to basically heal people with just the sound of my voice. And, you know, by singing or speaking, the tone of my voice, because it is my throat chakra is and everyone's throat chakra is connected to their heart, but mine has a direct path and there's no blocks, and it's a special connection that I have from my throat chakra to my heart chakra, whereas like I can literally take the love from my heart and put it up into my throat and speak it out into reality to heal people. So he said that I should definitely get more into singing and using my voice in a way that I haven't thought of before, which I was already thinking about doing that anyways. So it's just such an amazing, beautiful experience. If you've never had a darkness healing and clearing session with Jon Binnie, I so recommend it. It was one of the most beautiful experiences I have ever had in my whole entire life, and I cannot stress enough like the how much it just opened so many doorways of emotions and love and just pure positivity into my life in such a short amount of time. And it was a long session too. Like I think it was like maybe an hour and a half, but it felt like so much longer, and only because he put so much work and he paid so much attention to all of the things that needed to be done for me. I left that session feeling so energized, so loved, and so cared for. The session was just so emotionally fulfilling for me. So highly recommend Jon Binnie. Definitely give him a shot. You won't regret it. His love is phenomenal, and you will feel it when you connect with this beautiful soul. His love is just so strong. You cannot help but just feel it radiate from every part of his being. So I wanted to say a huge thank you to Jon Binnie for such a beautiful experience and for allowing our past love to sort of trickle into this lifetime. It's been such an amazing experience, Jon. Thank you. I love you so much. Mwah.